have with us Professor Madhav Nalapat. He's joining us via the phone line, sir. Good morning and thank you for speaking to Newsx. A lot is happening as far as India-US ties are concerned, with, of course, Trump coming and announcing 25% tariffs. But that's not all. Indian companies dealing with Iranian oil have now been sanctioned as well. So how are these tariffs and now the sanctions going to affect US-India relations beyond trade, especially in defense and diplomacy, considering we do enjoy a strategic partnership?
Look, I want to point out that the government of India's reaction has been very calm, very measured, as indeed it should be. There's no question or point of getting upset about it, or frankly, getting into a semi-hysterical mood in the way the other side is. I think it's important to remain calm, and I quite agree with Sharad that this is not going to last very long. It's a storm, yes, but storms don't last forever, and they give way to better weather. So far as the U.S. is concerned, I think, frankly, that what Trump has done is to give a great gift to China, to Xi Jinping, because India is the most important partner in securing the Indo-Pacific. Japan, South Korea, India, all of them. Indonesia, a very, very important country from the point of view of the Indo-Pacific. I mean, with all its islands, with all its key locations, a very crucial country. So this makes no geopolitical sense at all. It makes no geo-economic sense at all. It is, I don't know on what basis Trump is proceeding. I don't know whose advice he's following. What I'm certain about, he's not following the advice of his own cabinet. They are very smart, sensible people, and he was wise enough to choose them. I don't know. I don't think he's following the advice of even his vice president, another very smart, sensible person whom Trump chose quite correctly as his vice president. So very honestly, I don't think anything to panic. It may last a few weeks, maybe, but then realization will come. Already his opinion poll levels are coming to a level which has never been seen before in any U.S. presidency since opinion polls were started, and they're falling and falling and falling as we speak. So quite honestly, I think the government of India has acted correctly in being calm about the matter, and I think it's only a question of weeks before his policies are reversed by himself. For his own, frankly, for his own sake in politics, I think that's important that he does that, because President Trump has a lot of well-wishers, including in India, and these well-wishers are a bit dismayed at what he has been doing. He's treating India like an enemy, treating India as though it were an enemy state, whereas India and the United States have always had a very friendly relationship. So honestly, I'm not thinking. I think it's a question of weeks, if not earlier, before he changes course. He's, after all, a very intelligent president. He is concentrating on his own survival, and he is finding the ground slipping from under his feet because of the tariff matter, the Epstein matter, and so many other issues that are now creating a rift even among his most loyal supporters. So I think it's just a matter of weeks, and I think we should just last it out, sit out the storm, and wait for better weather. And I think that's what the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his government are doing, and I think that's the right thing to do.
So, quick follow-up. Do you think, since you referred to the Indo-Pacific, stating that what Donald Trump is doing makes no geopolitical or geoeconomic sense, do you think the trade tensions currently would impact cooperation in strategic areas as well, or is this just temporary?
Well, I would like to say that at times when he's talking about imposing these sanctions, and remember, so far it's not U.S. policy, it's a tweet by the 47th President of the United States. It's not policy yet. The reality is that very quietly defense officials from the two sides, India and the US, have been working together and basically crafting a very close partnership. So again, I'm not nervous. I'm not anxious. As I said, Trump has got a fantastic team around him, and they're doing their work silently and systematically. And India is, as you know, reacting in a very calm manner, because I think it's a policy to follow. And therefore, yes, it may look on the surface that Indo-Pacific security is at stake, but in reality, I think a lot of activity is going on behind the scenes in a very good direction. Of the trade issue as well. I'm sure a lot of activity is going on the U.S. side and the Indian side. They'll be considering their reaction, which will be measured, and I'm sure solutions will be found that will be good for both sides. Let me remind you that the trade deficit that India has the U.S., it's, I think, if I'm not mistaken, about 29 or 30 billion US dollars. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. And if you look at the volume of services that India generates in the U.S., the volume of services that Indian companies generate in the U.S. are several times higher than that. Several times higher than that. And those are all surpluses. So actually, India is providing a surplus to the United States, not a deficit. And I think President Trump needs to rework his mathematics and get that. And I'm sure then he will change his course. And I think it's good for him that he changes course, apart from being good for his country, good for India, and good for security of the Indo-Pacific.